Welcome back, everyone. You are watching the Iesf Europe qualifiers for Mobile Legends Bang Bang, as we are here to bring you the second match of the day after an entertaining match number 1, where Turkey just absolutely demolished, wiped the floor with Belarus. But here for the second one, it might not be the same. But what is the same? Of course, your casters, myself, Kronos, alongside me, my trusty partners, Dakota.
Hello, Kronos, and as you say, yeah, we're heading into series number 2 of the day, which is going to be Czechia versus Portugal, I believe.
Yeah, it is Czech Republic versus Portugal indeed. And I think two dark horses taking the stage here, Portugal and Czech Republic. This is the battle of the unknowns, teams that haven't made headlines yet, but are more than capable of shaking up the bracket.
As we've seen with Team Belarus, maybe there's a dark horse among us, It's going to be a bit of a surprise to see what these teams will draft, how these teams will play, their micro, their macro. Of course, their positioning is going to be the most important thing, and their mental during the game.
Yeah, I agree, especially their play styles as well, because some teams are known for the high risk, high reward kind of play style, aggressiveness, while the other teams can always be a little bit more disciplined, a lot more structure when it comes to their play style, rather than just fighting it out, opting for a macro calculated style of Mlbb. But here, of course, we're looking at the lineups, bringing in the Czech Republic lineup. It's going to be, I don't know,
Shin, Logical, and Dominic for Team Czech Republic.
I'm not gonna lie, the font got me a little thrown off. I thought that was BYI and then J. I was like, it's a U,
J?
right? Because I was kind of confused. Yeah, exactly. I got a little confused by the font there. But of course, BYI, Quinel, Shin, Logical, and Dominic, like Dakota mentioned. And I feel like they definitely want to take the stage by storm. And let's see who makes it out, as their opponents are going to be, of course, Portugal, Afrodi, Soka, Fushi, Kazuya, as well as Kohi.
I don't know a lot of these people besides Afrodi and Kohi. I've played versus them a few times, so I can say they could bring down the heat on Team Czech Republic.
I'll be honest, man, I don't really know. We're gonna find out, to be honest. I like the name Ruben Torres. That's his real name. Of course, Fushi is his IGN. Ruben Torres remind me of a couple of football players, right? Those sound like very familiar names that come in from Portugal. Of course, these are the national teams, and you are watching day 1 of the Iesf Europe regional qualifiers of 2025, ladies and gentlemen. And the first match already down and out, Turkey versus Belarus. Is going to be the second one of the day. Czech Republic versus Portugal, as we saw the Czech Republic lineups a little earlier, and now you're looking at the Portuguese lineup, and the lineup, of course, in the caster desk, myself, Kronos, and alongside me, Dakota. And while we're at it, I just wanted to say that, hey, you could give us a big follow on our socials as well, and G_Kronos for me, and at Dakota Mlbb for Dakota. But Dakota, I know you spoke about, the styles and not knowing these players, not knowing these teams, but hey, that just leaves an open playing field, doesn't it?
I think that's what makes ISCF exciting. You never know what's going to happen or how it's going to happen. There is a few teams that are going to be good, but there's going to be among them some dark horses. But man, I'm really looking forward to the draft from Team Portugal, because they play a lot of YSS in that region, A lot of these uncommon assassins, like this marksman type, which I like a lot. I don't know about you.
Comfort picks. That's what it comes down to, right? We spoke about it earlier during the day about the meta and stuff like that. But I think it just comes down to comfort picks. And looking at comfort picks, I feel like you mentioned, the Iesf and Shins, a little bit of marksmans, maybe like the Bruno in the goal lane coming up as well. It definitely is more of a comfort style, while also trying to fit it in the meta. It's just a matter of time to see how they will round it up and make it, hit that sweet spot.
I get what you're saying, right? But I want to see something unique, right? Each country has their unique pick. As you've seen with the agility heroes from Team Turkey, right? The assassins, the high burst, really playmaking heroes, right? Montage heroes, I would like to call them. For Team, I think Belarus, it was Fovius, right? And that's like one of their picks. They got Kacha and the Fovius in a lot in 2 games. I mean, you can't say a lot about the country, right? About the players. only seen 2 games, and that's really good.
Yeah, I think that I won't even really say that Phoveus is like a comfort pick of theirs. It's just Phoveus just fit in that draft. I think they didn't want to let it go in the hands of Lunar. Also, at the same time, knowing he's a great Phoveus player, so maybe that.
I mean, hey, it depends. We never know. Maybe we're going to see them tomorrow, or maybe in the finals. And I would like to see what they're going to be cooking with a draft there, man.
Yeah, I agree. And the way it's been, like, it is just a different level when it comes to the style of play that Turkey definitely brought in compared to the rest. But for now, we're focusing on the next match again: Czech Republic versus Portugal. Portugal, a little bit of insight from Zakota, like you mentioned. You know that what did you call it? A comfort pick, the Eastern Shin in the jungle. I want to see Eastern Shin in the jungle, if you ask me.
It's a really interesting hero with the new revamp as well. The Mountain Shocker is going to be a bit more dangerous, you know. That stun and that area damage is going to help him clear lords faster, clear objectives faster, maybe push turrets, like just deny them like the map control, right? I mean, that's what the Farsa is just for. But YSS, you can do almost the same thing, you know, but it's not as potent as the Farsa.
Yeah, I agree. The cooldowns, you know, it's not as it's not like I prefer the older YSS ultimate just because it provides damage while you are you know, providing vision as well at the same time, and then changing up the passive. I'll be honest, I like the old Eastern Shin. What do you like? You like the new one?
I like the new one more. The old one was like, hey, if you time it correctly, I know some players who do this. They time it so perfectly that they steal the buffs from the other teams, right? They just know when to do it, like by heart. But the new one, you can't do that. You can't steal a turtle. You can't secure a kill if they're raw HP and they're recalling. You can't deny them recalling, which is a big thing for ISS. Like old ISS, you could fight more. You know, you could always help your team back to or fight longer, you know, deny them the recall, make the enemies out of position a bit more, you know, catch them off guard. And you always had your Warwick's charge after your ultimate, so that's a bit, you know, different as well now.
Yeah, I think that the play style is slightly more different, right? Now he's more of an assassin rather than he was kind of like a marksman previously, just because of the fact that you can double dash. If I'm not wrong, you use the ultimate and then you dash with you send that boat out, and then all of a sudden you go with the dash as well. So like a kind of like a double dash, right? With damage being done along with the stun as well. So it's a different style of play, but I'm not really sure if they would pull it out because we're just speculating over here. If you ask me, there's still the Phoveus that has to be dealt with. There's still the Gato Kacha. There's still the Hylos. There's still the Matildas that we haven't seen yet. There's the Boxia, the Jawheads. These are all the global meta picks that come to the picture, and the glue as well that we saw earlier today. So maybe something on a similar lines, or you think it's still gonna be like super niche with that Eastern Shin coming out?
I mean, it depends on the enemy's draft mostly. That's why SS is a big killer here, right? You have to get him a perfect bomb, you know, for him to flow perfectly with his boat. But even so, let's not forget, Fredrin is still in the meta, he's still strong. Masha is going a bit to the top, we've seen it a bit in different regions. But talking about the draft, you know, been speculating a lot, but we're going to see it starting to happen. What do you think of the bans?
It's all right, man. Like the Lu Yi, the Fanny, the Kimmy, the Matilda taken out. Nothing really crazy if you ask me so far. But of course, change can always be brought in. That Phoveus has gone down and out. I'm looking at the Joys, the Hayabusas. They're still left open. The Boxia still left open. Gatot Kacha, Hylos. Hey, Harrod, Granger. Like it's an open field.
I mean, it's an open field, but even so, I mean, I always say, hey, this meta is so limited. But it's been a bit more, you know, daring. I mean, you can like dare to pick a new hero. Like the Baksha on Rome, you never did it, right? Always picked him on jungle, maybe on XP it's a little flex. But you never seen him on Rome like the last couple metas. You know, it's a unique hero. It's really like cool and really fun to play. But we're gonna see the Kalea getting picked out by Soka, the Hayabusa getting banned out by Team Czech Republic. This denies them the assassins, right? The Kalea can just pick them up from out the ground. Lucas getting picked out. They need to ban out the supports for him. Hey. Maybe I got a Kacha for Team Czech Republic. I mean, get it out of the picture already. You know, flex that Lucas maybe into jungle or the XP lane. Get that Kacha also, you can flex into the XP lane. So I think it's a pretty niche pick. compared to the Kalea.
Oh, the Jushin was left open, so Jushin's been picked up. The Kalea, yes, the Lucas is a little more flexible compared to the Kalea, I agree. But hey, look at that straight counter. Yeah, I see the smile on your face, Dakota. I see that smile on your face, and you're not wrong when it comes to that Valentina being picked up, right? Because Valentina definitely gonna be problems for that Lucas.
Man, the Valentina could go on to Experience versus the Lucas. This reminds me of like a game I had a couple days ago. Exact same like draft start. But there goes the backshot I like a lot. And you know, it's really interesting. I mean, Baxia, you denied them a support pick. I mean, it's gonna deny the Lucas a lot. The Kalea, you know, you have to force it right now either into the Rome or the XP, but I don't think on XP it goes that well because you can force the Valentina on XP. Man. For Team Portugal. I mean, the YSS can still be there, you know, for Team Portugal. It's gonna be really nice to see it.
This guy just wants to see the YSS pop-up chat. So, I mean, I agree as well. I want to see the YSS come through. I like the Lucas being picked up, but again, the Valentina counters it straight away. The Baxi has a great pick as well, just to counter, again, that extra bit of heal that comes into the picture. And then we have the Iritel that's left open, so picks it up, don't want to let it go. A lot of mobility in play. You're gonna pop in the Purify, and I think the Purify is the bane of the existence for the Kalea, so it works out well. So far the Kalea has been neutralized, the threat of the Kalea is neutralized, but then again it comes down to what's going to be in the jungle, right? Because I think that's going to be super crucial, and if you're going to put this Lucas in the jungle, then it's not looking good for Czech Republic.
You need someone to go for the backline. They have nothing. They have front lines with Lucas, but they have nothing for the backline. And Czech Republic, Dominic picking the Iritel denied them the Granger pick. You know, it's like an auto draft ban. Same with the support pick because of the backshot. The Valentina can be flexed, as I said, but they still, both of the team lack backline, but Czech Republic lacks it more. So the chip goes away. I mean, you know, denying them another backline diver. What I'd like to see would be maybe a Joy. Actually, a Joy would be really good here for Team Czech Republic.
But yeah, I think a Joy would be great. You don't have a lot of CC holding them down. Yes, the Kalea's there, but maybe a Joy would just... Joy is just so good in the meta right now, so I don't see why it's not good here. Pop that Florin as well on the other side. You can pop the Lucas Florin combo, and then you give the options to the Valentina. You want to take the Beacon, you want to take the Bloom, or you want to take that Unleash the Beast. So I think that's still a good way to play it out. The Florin, or maybe even the Angela at that point, right?
But even so, in Portugal locked themselves in a draft because I don't think they can put another an XP laner. I mean, they have to force an XP laner and put the box in a jungle. There's nothing they can do with that draft. Because the Kalea won't be good into a Lucas, right? Because Lucas has so many CC immunities. Same with Juxin and the Purify. I mean, that's why you can just escape it instantly. But the Joy would work for Team Czech Republic only. I don't know what would be good for Team Portugal. I mean, Baksha in the jungle, fit an XP laner. I mean, Gato Kacha would be nice. To go for the Iritel to get that, you know, heavy crossbow damage upon himself. They banned it, they didn't pick it. It's a peculiar draft.
Nah, but I think here it's being set up for the Joy as well if you're Czech Republic, because
Yuzhong.
But I heard Joy. I heard make some noise for yours truly. That's what I heard. But hey, I think they got the Yuzhong is what they locked in, as we see. But
what if they picked both of them, Kronos? Let's not be, you know.
It would work out because now you're... Wait. They didn't pick both.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Wait, no. Their last pick, Czech Republic is lost. You're right.
Yeah. It's got to be the Joy, right? It's got to be the Joy because they set it up no Badang. They banned out the Badang. They banned out the Hayabusa. They banned out the Moskov as well. So I feel like definitely going to be that Joy over there. But on the other side, Xborg, another hero that's received a slight bit of a buff in the most recent patch. And I think it definitely could creep its way back into the meta if it gets too tanky. But with the Beatrix in the gold lane as well. This is, again, a lot of comfort picks coming in from Portugal, right?
I mean, I agree. I think the Xborg, as I said, is going to be on the explain just to counter the Lucas. But, I mean, the Joy, we heard the Joy, right? You think it's the Joy? I think it's the Young 50-50 chance. Florin. Hold on now. Jeez.
I told you it's gotta be the. I told you it's gonna be the Florin because they have the Lucas. The Florin Lucas combo is so easy. I just thought maybe an Angela would slightly be better, but the Florin, the Bloom, it just no anti-heal works for about 3 seconds, right? So I think that's the best way to deal with it. And also now you're putting that question to the Valentina, like, hey, do you want the Florin ult? Do you want the Yu Zhong's ultimate? You want the Unleash the Beast? What are you looking for? You got a plethora of options to choose from. And hey, sometimes it just might be too much for the Valentina to take.
I mean, I agree with you. That's why the best counter for Valentina is to overwhelm her with ultimates, you know, like make her doubt her choices. Hey, maybe Lucas would have been better here instead of Florin. Maybe Yu Zhong would have been better here to dive under the turret, you know, escape maybe. But even so, I don't like the draft of Team Portugal.
Hey, well,
odd, it's peculiar.
Yeah, well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends of all ages, we're getting ready to go to the land of dawn indeed, as we see Portugal versus Czech Republic, and we received a confirmation that's not a Yu Zhong, neither is it a Joy. I forgot, it is a CC in the EXP lane. That's who says it, you know? Like, she's a performer, so performance delight, so she says that. You know, yours truly, that's the CC that's in the EXP lane. And right now, it's looking like Czech Republic will have to play passive early on. And maybe around the 8th minute mark, look to bounce back, right?
I mean, I would have liked the Zhong here a bit more, you know, just because he's a cool hero and we didn't see him in a long time in the pro scene. But even so, the Lucas is going for early gank in the bot lane. He doesn't have his Unleash the Beast. He has the Killing Spree emblem. There are 3 Purifies for Team Czech Republic and a lot of Flickers on the left side. 4 of them. Man, I mean, no Purifies, no respect for the CC. Come on now. Baksha rotating bot lane, trying to give a bit of vision for the Beatrix. I mean, it's a slow game, right? A slow pace. CC is punishing the Xborg a bit more because of that unmissable first kill. Lucas got his level 4 already. It's an even game, right? They're basically doppelganger picks on each side. Correct me if I'm wrong, but 2 supports, 2 mages, 2 marksmen, 2 annoying heroes, and, you know, 2 tank junglers, let's say it, right? Lucas is more of a tank than a fighter.
Yeah, I agree, but in a similar fashion, like the drafts are looking like a mirror draft. The style, at least, what they're looking at right now. And hey, they popped that frog armor just before the turtle, so that's some good news for Czech Republic.
You know what would have been better here, I think, instead of a CC? Paquito, man. That would have been really cool to see a Paquito going into the Beatrix and Xborg.
Yeah, but you know what else is cool is that Ninetale Beast unleashing their own, but at the same time, Fushi unleashes his Ninetale Beast and taking down Logical. That definitely was the Valentina pick coming through, and now they take away Shin as well. Not looking good so far if you are a Czech Republic fan, as that's a double in the hands of Fushi.
I mean, Logical wasn't logically thinking that scenario. He was just too deep into the jungle, and they just gave Valentina her power spike. I mean, what can you do, right? Didn't have a level 4 on God Femboy, but there's not much you can do in that scenario, right? I mean, you're at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Kalea doesn't need a level 4 to be good. Come on now. It's a knock-up. It's a free knock-up, right? And a free grab.
Yeah, at this point, yes, it is. But who are you going to grab, to be honest? You have 3 Purifiers coming through. You have Logical that can kind of, you know, immune his way out of it. And also Shin, he has a Vengeance. I mean, he's going to be the only target that he's looking to take down. And at the same time, I feel like so far, yes, Portugal have the lead. But Czech Republic are waiting for the 8th minute power spike, man.
8 minutes can go for both teams. I mean, look at Toby. He has so much short damage. He can counter Lucas pretty well. But even so, Soka...
Oh, unleashing the beast, and right now he goes for that tsunami slam with a title strike. Nobody home as the Purifiers are popped, and they're immuning it as well. Well, Fushi just saying that, hey, I got the same skin that you do, Naruto. All I gotta do is click a button.
I mean, that's the best counter to Lucas, right? Just make him use his Unleash the Beast, make him use his energy That's 4 up. I mean, the Valentina doesn't need to gain it, right? That's the best part of the Valentina right here. But even so, I think it would have been better off with...
Oh no, Logical taken out so low, he goes for the Flash Insanity as well, popped already, and he gets taken down thanks to Soka, and now Shin is next on the chop and block. Fushi doing so much damage, Shockwave Blast misses, but Nuno able to pick up that kill quite easy. The next one's going to be Got Femboy, able to get out of harm's way.
He escapes at the expense of his Purify, but even so, this is a complete slaughter for the team of Czech Republic. I mean, they're getting demolished, right? Not much you can say, but Dominic hasn't gone unpunished. He's still thriving, he's still pushing the Beatrix back, he's winning that lane. I think that's the next step for Team Portugal. Hey, they didn't pick the YSS, at least they picked the Beatrix. I mean, come on now. That's an off-meta pick.
It is an off-meta pick indeed. I mean, not necessarily completely off-meta. It still works. Oh, but they go for the title strike. Tsunami Slam coming down as well. Onto where got Femboy afterwards using the Mlbb as well just to survive, and not gonna help out as the damage was just a little too overwhelming.
That's why you don't go too many Purify, because the information of Kalea, it's really, you know, it's crazy. You have to burn them out for the Valentina, but even so, Dominic is gonna get unpunished. No, he gets punished finally. Fushi killing speed 3-0. He has that fighter build on the mage, really strong right now. But still on the top lane, Shin, I mean, what can he do, right? There's no split with potential for Team Czech Republic.
There is no possible way for them to actually make it out. They need to excel in the brawls if they're ever coming through with the win. They need to win an all-out brawl. They need to win these neutral objectives. And speaking of a brawl, they're trying to get Cole on the bot side, Kohi, but here comes shield unity from Nuno as well. No minion is there, already cleared out. Shin might be taken down, goes for the performance delight, and here with the flash combo, Logical pushing him back, but Nuno is able to survive long enough for the rest of the cavalry to follow. Soka gets the double knockup with the title strike, but Fushi trying to go but doesn't get the right ultimate, and finally taking out Logical. Soka's on a killing spree, and that's a tank, mind you, 3-0-3 on a Kalea.
I think that was a really bad play from Fushi. He grabbed the ultimate of Sissy, that, you know, curtain cut. Not much you can do with it, right? You can deny them the escapabilities, but I think try to grab the Lucas. Either the Lucas or the Hope Lander looking better there. It's a mistake, right? Mistakes happen, you know, you panic. Didn't want your team to do so, you just grab whatever came first. But the mid lane tower is about to fall down at the hand of Bennett. In the bot lane also, they lost the turret. Beatrix is just farming her way, you know, happy little farmer. Logical is doing his best to try to get by towards Nuno in his XP level gains. It isn't a big difference, right? 4,000 gold. I mean, you can get that in one team. One proper team fight, one proper turtle, and you're fine. You're set for life.
Oh yeah, unleashing the beast, but at the same time he goes for the Tsunami Slam. Logical might be taken out by the flash and flash combo. He pushed him back just enough, and now with the rest of that last insanity following through, there's a lot of damage. Dominic's there with a heavy crossbow. Here comes Bennett's Rage as they're looking to take down the turtle. Bui pushing them back. But again, there is no damage present. If Logical is taken out, there's no way for Czech Republic to win an all-out brawl as they get their hands on the turtle. And now Portugal looks like they want to go for the onslaught. Dominic able to survive. Renner's Apathy misses as they take away Nuno. And with the last insanity, Shin to follow as well.
I mean, this is why the Lucas is such a scary pick on the jungle. It would have been better on XP on this specific matchup. Honestly, a Joy would have completely demolished Team Portugal. But hey, we can talk about what should have happened, but right now we have to see what will happen. After he's trying to push as many lanes as he can, he pushed the bot lane almost fully. Even so, Lucas...
Oh, he unleashes the beast, but at the same time, Fushi unleashes his own flash combo already used, and you can see the damage is insane as Portugal are able to clean up Logical, not making sure he cannot play this game, and Soka coming through as well, as Shin is able to survive thanks to the Yo-Yo Blitz, but here, the next to follow should be through, but with the Bennett's Rage, they're looking to take him down one after another, and a flimsy and flaky Florin is definitely not able to survive that.
Valentina has so much gold compared to Novaria, and the Beatrix has, I think, 3,000 ahead of the Irrital. I mean, that's a massive difference, right?
Yeah,
not much you can do. Shin is the only frontliner they have. Logical is just going to get punished as much as he can. not much, right? There's not much you can do. You don't have anyone to go for the backline. They're protecting the Beatrix too much, and the Valentina just doesn't care. As we know, her magic gets transformed to attack power, and that really helps when you have Lucas's ultimate.
Oh, wait, speaking of ultimate, there's a Tsunami Slam on top of Shin. He's trying to survive, but the damage from Aphrodite is way too much, man. This Beatrix is farmed up and ready to strike level 12 compared to Dominic's level 10, but all hell breaks loose. Here comes the title strike. They're looking at Logical. There's the flash combo, but walks straight into a Bennett's Rage, and now Fushi unleashes the beast of his own as they're looking to take down Bui. They're diving under the turret as well. Aphrodite has Renner out, doesn't want to use the apathy yet, and I think so far, Zakota, Portugal have been dominating this game.
They have been dominating, but even with the Bloom, I don't know if you noticed that Lucas still basically full HP, and in just 1 second he was already back to where he started. Not much you can do, right? You have nothing to burst down the backline, which is the most important combo in Portugal. The Irritel was, I think, a good pick, however it was a bit too early, right? Maybe a Mosk, maybe a Granger would have been better, maybe a Magical like Nathan. He was recently built and could be doing super well versus Beatrix, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, yes, but also like Irritel is just such a safe pick in the current meta, right? So much mobility is there, so much movement can be provided, and it's not like it's a bad pick. I think the execution at this point just didn't work out just because of the fact that Logical got completely countered with the Valentina, and now they're looking to go for the backline. Soka's already there. Logical trying to buy some time as well, and with the Bloom being used up, this is clear. Go signal coming through for the side of Portugal, and now looking to take them down one after another, and with Nuno taken down as well. Nuno leading the charge. They used the last Insanity. Flicker's already popped. Dominic looking to get taken down slowly, and yes, he is. They look to take down 1 and 2, and they get 3 as well. And now looking to end it all as the tier 2 in the mid lane is going to be next on the chopping block. And now slowly they're looking to take away the inhibitor on the top side. Fushi standing tall with Soka, Aphrodite, as well as Gohi. Here comes Logical, but will he be able to buy enough time? No, he does not, as the rest of Portugal are looking to take down the base crystal, but there are no minions present.
This Valentina pick has been the game changer for Team Portugal. She just has so much damage, so much survivability, and so many CC immunities, and the dashes of Valentina as well. You can just use Lucas's first kill, his ultimate, run away, you know, get out of there. What can you do? How can you catch him, right? But even so, even the Xborg is doing really well here against that team comp. They have a solid team comp, right? But that's just going to go straight to Florence's Bloom. Come on, what can you do, right? It's just, I mean, you're just waiting for fate to end things, right? Baxia, proper engager, doing his job properly. As well, the Kalea just picking up Shin as many times as they can. Even with the Vengeance, you can't do anything, right?
Yeah, man, it's not looking good. It's not looking good if you are Czech Republic at this point, because just to the fact that Logical's not had a great game, and they're forcing out the Unleash the Beast a lot earlier with a concealed play now on towards Shin. But he has no Purify. He was the perfect target as well for Soka. And this is why some of these heroes are so good in this current meta, and it just fits in so well. Even if he popped his Vengeance, right, or if he had Purify, I think he would still died. 4 people on him, nothing you can do about it. Baxia though. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. Bui, I don't know what he was thinking being in that position. Got taken out quite easily. But look at Logical though. His position is just completely irrelevant at this point, because they're going straight for the base crystal. No, they don't. He's just hiding there, waiting, buying time. And I think the rest of Czech Republic will have to follow with him coming through. But hey, Baxia trying to spot him out, and now he has to unleash the beast. And I don't think he's in a great spot. Goes for the flash step flash combo. Bench race not used, but you can see Renner's apathy just taking him out. Not even that, just a normal basic attack. Does a lot of damage, but even so, I think that Lucas was in a really bad position. He wouldn't have gotten away with it either way. They knew he was hiding, but they didn't know where. Master hide and seek champions over here from Team Portugal. He's building 2 damage items. He has the War Axe, he has the Hunter Strike. His next item should be maybe Twin's Wings. Even so, there's nothing you can do, right? He's 1, 9, 2,
It's already on a loose streak. He's been getting farmed, his jungle stolen. Couldn't even split push the side minions. I mean, hey, what can he do, right? This is game number 1 still. There's 2 more games where he can prove himself.
Oh man, if they're gonna get a chance to prove themselves at all, because it feels like they might be running and gunning for the next game as well. Here comes Banish Rage, actually missed it thanks to the Tsunami Slam. Shin is able to survive. That wasn't the Wombo combo they were expecting, but Bloom being used as well just to make the heal come back up. And now Dominic trying to survive, trying to kite with the rest of the damage, but Fushi, this mage, is just completely going berserk with the Winter Crown. Popped as well, able to survive, but finally gets shut down as Dominic has the damage. But look at the damage coming in from Aphrodite. They focused too much on the mid laner. They left the goal lane wide open. Now a double kill, looking to get the triple, but no, they want the base crystal straight up.
Man, Aphrodite got such a nice quick scope in. Just change his guns, boom, snipe, instantly kill Link 1. I think it was Lucas actually. Lucas has been really unlucky this entire game. Just getting punished to left and right. That big hitbox just giving Beatrix a free sniper shot, putting him down. And the winner of match number 1 is going to be Portugal. Game number 2, maybe we're going to see a different side of Czech Republic. Maybe they're going to get, ready. They're going to get turned on. They're going to get their fire burning, And it's going to be a really nice thing. But even so, logical. Just going a bit too deep compared to the team of Portugal. They are just playing together, they are playing compact, right? Splitting apart is not good for the Lucas. He can go in, but he cannot go out, and that's the big problem with him. That's why he needs that flooring. He doesn't have that much sustainability, he doesn't have much healing. So, it's a bit of an issue with him. Flooring not being able to heal enough, Shin not having too many stun, he has 1. Dominic not being able to hit his power spike, and Shin having no one to peel for her, right? That's the biggest issue. That's the issues with supports. And honestly, I've been deciding during the game, maybe they need a solid frontliner, maybe they need something to help negating the damage, to spread it out a bit. So, it's nice to see that they're trying something different with the Iritel and the CC, but still, it was not enough to do anything towards Team Portugal. Even so, Kronos, are you excited for game number 2?
Yeah, man, if you ask me, I'm definitely excited for game number 2 indeed, because the
Look at the damage of Valentina. Oh my god. 73,000 damage. Basically a full build. 1 item off actually. In raid. You gotta give props. He was playing extremely well. He was tanking, he was doing the front line's job. The Beatrix as well, doing her job properly, just going back and forth, pushing mid lane, bot lane, top lane, being everywhere on the map, and that's really good for Marksman, be unpredictable. And the items are natural, but the Lucas should have built something. He built the brute force, right? Something to help him sustain, get out of CCs a bit easier. But I think the Queen Wings have made him a bit more tanky, him a bit more resilience. Getting back that skill 1 with the passive off said Queen Wings. I mean, hey, you live and you learn. I mean, honestly, it's really nice to see Soka playing this Kalea. He was just going in and out perfectly, getting the right targets picked up. And looking at the stats, gold obtained is basically equal per minute. Damage taken is more from the side of Team Portugal. I mean, that's to be expected. The backshot, the Valentina just being there, especially the Kalea. And the objectives all going towards Team Portugal. You cannot challenge them, right? You have no one to front for you as a Lucas. That's really bad. That's why the CC is a bit crazy.
Yeah, and the Lucas, man, you're right. The Lucas just didn't have a great game. And I can't really find anything else to say apart from the fact that just Lucas just did not work here.
They have no front for him. They had no one to be in front of him. He was the front and he was the damage carry in those situations. The Irritel couldn't get there on time. She was too slow. The Purify making him a bit, risky. You have to take your path. You have to tread it lightly. You have to think about it. The bushes are dangerous with the Kaleo on the enemy team. But even so, I mean, you needed something instead of a CC, right? Even a Zhong would have worked greater. Something to go for the backline. As I said, they had nothing to kill the Beatrix or the Valentina to go and punish them.
The Florin was good. The Lucas was good. The CC, I think, I agree with you. Before the game started, a Yuzhang would have been slightly better, right? Yuzhang would have just been better. But like in a perfect world only. In a perfect world only, right?
But even so, we've been talking a lot, trying to think of situations that will happen. But we're going to be heading on a short little break, giving the teams a little chance to cool off, to think about strategies. Make sure to grab some food, grab some popcorn, maybe grab some chips, some nice, sodas, whatever you guys want, something cool for this summer heat. And we're going to be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. You are watching the Iesf regional qualifiers for Europe for Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Of course, I'm your caster Kronos, alongside me Zakota, to bring you the action, and you're watching the second match of the day, Portugal versus Czech Republic. Game number 1 in the hands of Portugal. Game number 2, Zakota, looking like the same story?
I'm going to say Portugal. I don't know about you, Kronos. What are you going to vote for?
Hey man, it's looking like it's going to be the same story. They're probably going to run it back with the way that they not just got ahead in terms of draft, but also followed through with the execution.
Honestly, they played pretty flawless besides some minor mistakes that can happen to everyone, right? I mean, hey, it's only natural to make a mistake. We are all humans. Even so, the draft difference was a big thing, right? Like, you have to take into consideration the comforts, how you're going to play your draft, right? Team Portugal played it perfectly. Team Czech Republic, on the other hand, not so much. It's a 50-50 scenario for both teams. If you have good players, good draft, it could go both ways, We've seen it in game, in series number 1, first game, Belarus versus Turkey, that could have gone for Team Belarus. If Team Turkey didn't take them seriously at the end, hey, we might have seen different outcomes.
Hey, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Just didn't happen, did it?
Exactly. I mean, hey, it's a morale boost for either teams. Winning is really good. Losing is gonna take our morality down. You're gonna feel a bit down on yourself. Never do that, right? Always try to play at your best level. That's really bad mental, and that's the best and the worst thing about being a pro player in any game. Your mentality. That's what defines you as a player, honestly. If you have a good mentality, you can think straight. You don't fall under pressure, right? You don't break.
I agree. I think it definitely comes down to the mentality. Of course, it's about how you can keep moving forward at that point. Like, even after taking a hit. I know I'm quoting things from a movie, but it just goes to show how important the mentality, how important mental strength is. That's why a lot of teams are having mental coaches these days as well. And I think one of the teams that is a fan favorite, the French team that are going to be playing probably tomorrow, they have a mental coach for themselves, Dakota. If you've not heard about it, they've been preparing themselves mentally also. Yes, that's coming through, and I think they're taking it seriously. Just a matter of time till other nations start pulling up and putting some more investment through for their national teams, and hey, they might just be a powerhouse just like how Turkey is at the moment.
I mean, I agree with you completely. A coach for a mental, I've never heard of it since today, but it's a pretty good idea, right? Someone you can talk to about your problems, what you're like having difficulties with. That's gonna really help anyone trying to be someone in the world of esports, especially trying to go representing your country. You need support, right? You need someone to bet with. That's the best thing that can happen. Maybe people in the chat from like these countries, type your country, hype the people from your country up in the chat. Tell them, hey, you guys are doing good, you guys are playing well. Even if they lose, doesn't matter. That's gonna boost their morale for tomorrow. They have another chance to succeed. Hey, it's never easy to be good at the game. So if these people won their qualifiers for their country separately, that's a big step up, right? They're the best of the best that the country can produce. It's it's nice to think about.
It definitely is, if you ask me. It definitely is. It gives them some sort of hope. It gives them some sort of advantage. That definitely gives them a more morale boost at the end of the day, right? That's what's the most important thing. And speaking of morale boost, I feel like Czech Republic definitely needs one.
I think all teams need one, even if they're winning. Just telling them, hey, you guys are doing a good job, you guys are playing well, that's gonna help them with their mental, they're gonna think, people appreciate us what we are doing, we're trying to win for our country, that's a big step up for the community itself.
Definitely is a big step up for the community itself, because it needs that extra, it needs that platform to go to the next level. And I think that's what's missing the entire time for European players, and Iesf bringing that opportunity to take it to that national and international stage as well at one point. So hey, it just you have pride for a nation, show it. You got the opportunity, Iesf's providing it. You're there, you got the stage, you have everything that needs to make a great player. Of course, not everyone starts out equally in that front, but the opportunity presents itself, so you got to grab it by both hands.
I mean, some people have better opportunities, some don't, but take advantage of whichever one you have. Hey, you have a good opportunity, you have these coaches, take advantage. You don't have a coach, you're going to this event, take advantage, learn as much as you want, and as much as you can. Losing, don't see it as a bad thing, you're gonna learn from your mistakes, right? Maybe a draft mistake, you're gonna learn, we're not gonna pick that again. Maybe with a draft mistake, you did something good, you learn from it, right, Kronos?
Definitely, they have to. I think because it's not just one game that they play, right? They have a lot more coming through later on. At least they have 2 games back to back in the same day. So, and you have a third chance as well in the same series, since it's the best of 3. So it's something they have to learn, and if not now, there's always opportunities in the future as well. So they definitely have to understand how to fix their draft, how the meta works, try and learn more, research a little bit more. And hey, practice makes perfect, but you can never have too much practice.
But what we cast are trying to say, take advantage of any opportunities you can to learn something. Maybe, hey, listen to us. We're not the best players, but we know something about the game that most people don't see. The micro, the macro, the rotations, we take a liking that. That's why we chose to be casters of this game, because we enjoy it, love it. But some people like us, we don't want to, how can we say it, Kronos? We don't want to take away the spotlight from the actual players, the talent behind us. We're just saying what they're doing. They are actually doing what we're thinking of.
Exactly. I mean, they're calling the shots. We can see it happen before it even happens, right? With the fact that there's a lot more with the way that they're playing, the style, the picks that are there, we can predict how it could be going through. But also, it just comes down to how important it is for teams, for players to understand, to take themselves to that spot. They need to find the right opportunity, to find the right tactics. They need to find the right rotations. It's something that we see, like Zakota said, but the teams, they are playing it, they're practicing it, and that, although yes, they're talents at the same time, but hey, we're just providing the soundtrack for the game that they're playing.
We're basically something you listen to so you don't get bored. But even so, I think we're going to be heading shortly into game number 2 of Portugal versus Czech Republic. And I'm excited. I don't know about you, Kronos.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I want to see what they have, what's coming through next. And it's going to be important for teams to try and take it to the, especially Czech Republic, to try and find their footing. And I think still Czech Republic want to choose the red side of the draft for themselves. And with the bans coming through so far, Zakota, you liking it? You're not?
I mean, I like the respect ban coming from Czech Republic with the Kalea. Hayabusa, Fanny, Loi getting banned out. I don't know a lot about the jungler of Team Czech Republic. So, it's nice to see this different trust, right? Not picking the same heroes twice. Sometimes that's a mistake. Maybe you're proficient on, let's say, Cho. You know how to land your kicks. You know how to, target the right enemies. You want to play Kalea. It's basically the same hero, but not really. Cho, you can maybe not get immune by a Purify. If you tap it fast enough, you can actually get the kick going. But even so, they're going to go with a Baksha again. And we know how flexible that hero, right? We saw Nuno Oni playing extremely well. He was doing pretty good rotations. the joy we're talking about. I'd be looking forward to maybe something that can take down the Boxer for the future. Maybe a Moscow. Or maybe, a Nathan would be really nice. But then they would have too much magic. Maybe a Moscow is the best choice.
I literally
Chip.
invented one.
Okay. Chip. Good off tank, can rotate a lot. And you can maybe flex me into the XP if you're brave enough.
Nah, now you're taking it too far. You're taking it too far. When you say you could put Chip in the EXP. But I think with the new passive, the new adjustment that is made with the Y walk definitely is good. Oh my god, they go for the Boxia as well as the Fredrin. That's a tanky lineup right there. And I think it works well just because of the fact that the Fredrin has the taunt that kind of counters the entire shortcut play, right? And also the Joy. So it's working out well with this Moskov being picked up. There's a plethora of options for them to choose from, but these 3 picks have rounded out the draft kind of so well, at least for the first phase, which forces out the carry on the other side. That's literally, they forced the carry. And I think in the laning phase, Moskov still has a better chance.
I mean, it all depends on what happens in the first few minutes of the game. If maybe, let's say, Moscow gets ganked, yes, Moscow will win, but if Carry gets ganked, it's, it all could happen. Everything is decided by percentage of this game. Like, there's a percent that the mid will go top, there's a percent that the mid will go bot to get that level 4 advantage, maybe swap it out a bit. But even so, I think in Portugal, pick their junglers out a bit too fast. I mean, you can flex the further into the XP lane, but that's, still risky. You're gonna lose your jungle potential. But the farm is getting banned out. That means they want the glue for Team Czech Republic. So it'd be wise for Team Portugal to ban it out. Maybe they got a touch as well. Exborg though, hold on. Chronos.
I mean, I like the Exborg, man. I like the Exborg being banned out because provides true damage, right? You need to kind of stop that for the Fredrin to kind of thrive, which is important. The Florin being taken away, the Faramis being taken away just to prevent an extra bit of sustain that could come through on the other side. Because it's looking like that at this point. And I think they might have to... Oh, the Valier's a good shout as well for Portugal. Just to make sure Fredrin and Boxy can just walk straight into the carry, walk straight onto the Chip and the Joy and whoever the mid lane is going to be. And I feel like they probably are forcing out a Lunox, but although it's not the greatest pick. Vexana does great here, if you ask me. You have a lot of potential to provide a little bit of disarray. But also, is it the best pick, though?
Nash, I think they're gonna pick the glue out right now. The glue that got to catch because they still lack a front line. They have a back line initiator, but they have none really take the damage, to absorb it. Compared to Team Portugal, they have the Buckshot, they have the Fredrin. The Moscow can also kind of absorb some damage. Well, he's healing with, the Trinity build. So it's nice to see. Even so, I really want this to go to a game number 3. We're seeing the Aurora chip combo. We're seeing the carry a lot of damage. What do you think, Kunos?
The Aurora is something that I was thinking about, but I don't think Aurora is something I would prefer just because you're lacking so much more burst potential in terms of the mid lane presence. At least you're not able to clear the lanes much faster. But I feel like Aurora definitely fits the bill because you have Joy to compensate for the rest of the magic damage, and also Chip with the combo of the shortcut. Man, like all Aurora's got to do is walk through and boom, that Frigid Glacier could be a complete different game changer. Ooh, Selena's nice.
Yuzhong.
Looking
You're getting
good,
excited about the wrong thing. Look at Yuzhong. But Aurora out there just to freeze the turret is also good. Giving Chip a bit more survivability. There is La. Okay, I like this. I really like this game. Tank draft meta over here. Kronos, what do you think?
Man, the Terizla. I've seen this Terizla trying to be pulled out in MPL PH as well, right? But I don't know if the Terizla works here. Just because of how annoying the Fredrin can be. They're looking to play. It's very clear Czech Republic want to play for the Wombo combo, right? It's very clear they want to play for the Wombo combo, but Portugal on the other side, they're trying to play for pick-off angles. They're also playing for split push. They're playing for team fights. They're also playing to dive into the back line. So they have a lot of outs, but Czech Republic, just pure team fight. Yes, you have the split push capability with the Joy, with the Chip, but hey, they excel in these team fights. And if they lose out on a couple of them, yeah, it could be over for Czech Republic.
I think Czech Republic has the advantage that there is being able to set up into the Yuzhong, Frederick, and Moscow. Maybe Selena, but Selena can just dash away, right? Same with Moscow, but they're too tanky for my liking for Team Portugal. Too tanky. Not a lot of damage coming from the Frederick. You can get invaded pretty easily if you're not level 4. Joy starting out on a blue buff rotation, going towards the top lane. Frederick doing the same, but on their mirror, going to the XP.
Yeah, man, the way it's looking right now, it's all right. I think the Yuzhong and the Terizla's definitely gonna have a better time, or 1v1 in this EXP lane so far. But it all comes down to the mid lane trio, right? It comes down to the mid lane trio for Czech Republic. If Chip, along with this Aurora, are able to thrive and survive the early game and the early game onslaught that Fushi brings in with the Selena, yeah, you can see that he looks like that Selena looks smooth. It's looking doubtful for Czech. Yeah, it's looking doubtful for Czech Republic.
And Joy is in the top lane trying to go get an early gank on Aphrodite. I mean, let's see. Dominic is getting punished heavily, but same for Aphrodite taking the lizard. Even so, on the bot lane, Sheen falls down. First blood going towards the Frederick. Oh, God,
oh
my
God.
No.
Femboy is going to be the next target. But you can see, oh, they get the electrifying beats as well at the right time. And Aphrodite goes down and out. So they trade 1 for 2. So Portugal right now still have some sort of an advantage. But Fushi here might get caught out. And seems like Logical's going to pick that up for himself. And yes, he does finally make it an even Steven on the board. But Soka comes through with the shield unity. Logical should be next on the chopper block. And with Nuno being present, there's no possible way that the Joy will be able to make it out.
These small mistakes cost them basically the life of the jungler and the life of the roamer. Chip just targeting the turret by accident is such a, minor mistake, but it's so funny to see. Happens to me more than you think. For 20 player Logical trying to go with the electrifying beats, but
yeah, like
going to BU.
And I think at the same time now Fredren gets taken down. Nuno's not having a great time. And Soka's here as well. He's going to be next on to follow. And Czech Republic get themselves ahead on the board. Oh,
Stand from the Selena, Aurora.
Buyi here might get taken down. No, it doesn't. Pride of Ice is not popped yet, but the arrow connects. No, it misses the second time.
Top lane.
Oh, wait, on the bot side. Oh, my God, on the top side with that shortcut, man, is just way too much. This is what I was talking about, the split potential that they have with this chip. Could be disastrous and devastating. And now Soka looking to get taken down after a chain CC combo coming through as well. As he gets to the SOD, connects, but at what cost? They can't really commit after he doesn't have the frontline presence, doesn't have the damage online yet.
Didn't have his flicker ready even as well. He usually hasn't been rotating as much as possible. Rigid Glacier coming through.
And here they go for the taunt as well. A big bonk with the Appraiser's Wrath as they got Femboy, punishing him for getting a little too aggressive. Pride of Ice already popped out. Beauty's going to be next on the target. And with the Shah Residue, he's able to pick up the kill.
I mean, that was a really clean arrow coming from. He's playing that extremely clean Joy. Going to try to support on the top lane a little bit. There's a 4-man fight in the top lane.
Oh my God.
Teresa slowly heading up. I mean, this is really close. This is even draft, even Steven's draft, as you said.
Yeah, and I think with they forcing out the flicker from the chip as well. Oh my God, another bonk coming through. Yes, it's even Steven, but I think so far Nuno has finally hit his power spike, and you can see that he's caught back in terms of EXP, which Logical had the advantage of early on with all those assists that he racked up.
I mean, they have 1 tower advantage, 1 turtle advantage, but still, this game is still 4 minutes in only. Second turtle, I think, will go to Team Portugal. I mean, if Chip gets a good engage, right, I think that's going to be game-changing. Maybe something on Soka or Nuno.
Yeah, I think right.
No
Oh
chance.
no, man. But the shortcut comes through though. Here's the penalty zone, and they're not able to get the turtle in the hands of Koi. The retribution wasn't required as they get Soka with a black dragon form unleashed as well with a petrify combo. Dominic still able to survive thanks to the help of a purify. But here comes Logical looking to take down one after another. Kohi falls down, and Czech Republic are looking to bounce back. It's like a tennis match. It's going back and forth.
SOD maybe coming in from the Moscow on that blue buff, no chances. He got that bot lane turret, right? It is Bosch is split pushing, but even so, Nuno survives. Soka tries to zone them out successfully. But that Sha Essence, you know, Purify, I mean, come on now. You have to give props to Dominic for that. First item fleeting time for the chip. That's not that uncommon, but I would expect him to go maybe some defense items first. Yuzhong is playing extremely well either way. He got that really good disengage on chip. Dominic going for the gold crab in the middle and they're trying to protect that turret. I mean, Kronos, what do you think, right? What do you think is the next step for Team Portugal, let's say?
I mean, next step for Team Portugal, look for pickoffs, man. They need to find angles, but like the shortcut coming through, they're not able to do so. Nuno's getting melted on. Frigid Glacier popped as well with the speedy light wheels, and now with the waves being cleared, they're looking to take him down as the Frosty Breeze catches him. Bui is forced to flicker up, and now the right time. After comes in with the SOD as well, trying to show the damage, but here comes the Black Dragon, trying to go for the clapback, but Logical in the back line, trying to zone them out. Aphro-D is able to survive as Logical and Shin get taken down. Traded for Soka and Nuno. Dominic 3-0-5 as well. This is a battle of the marksmen.
And even Steven's trade yet again, but Team Czech Republic has a 1000 goal lead because of that Carrion Aurora combat. It's so dangerous, right? You have to use your Dark Escape from that Frigid Glacier, you know, move away as much as possible. You can't be sitting still. Look at the furthering. Got away, the Moscow tried to saving, trying to steward the enemy team together, but still no chance. Too much damage output coming from the carry. Speedy Light was doing a million damage, let's say. But even so, the chip is just way too invasive. He's everywhere.
Yeah, this chip is that's the new passive that's come through as well. The Y walk. You can just go onto the 4 portals from wherever you are. You don't gotta be at one of them. But you can see that coming to the fray as well with the shortcut and the penalty zone being used as Nuno's not able to move. And now with the Frigid Glacier, they catch 2 more in place. Koi has to run out as Soka gets taken down. Aphrodite going on top. Oh, they're trying to survive. Logical was able to get him. No, he did not. And now they finally get that kill. Kohi with the Black Dragon for able to do so. He has the Shard Residue, gets the Petrify knockup as well. Prodify's already popped, and Bui is going to go down soon enough. And now with the next to follow, Shin and Femboy. As Dominic's nowhere in the picture, they might get this kill. No, they don't. With a lot of sustain, they're able to fight back up. Fushi looking for the Abyssal Arrow on towards Dominic. He might be able to find it. No, he does not. As the rest of Portugal come through. And now another shortcut has dropped down. This fight has been overextended.
This Yuzhong is playing extremely well. He's just zoning out, going for the kills, going for the backline as he should. But even so, this chip, so many portals, so many portals. Talking about portals, the portal starts happening, right, Kronos, on that turtle fight?
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, this portal, man, this portal is just too abusive. He's just been dropping it down wherever. He's dictating the pace of the team fight. But look at the gold and look at the kills. Portugal are not behind.
They just have to shut down Dominic, I think. Even so, I don't see the Baxia fitting into this picture frame, right? Maybe the Katakacha will be better because of that taunt. Double taunt furthering Katakacha, you know. Just to be a bit more toxic, a bit more influential, right?
Be a little more toxic, he said. Just go double taunt the entire time.
Exactly, that's the strat.
As soon as they come out from the shortcut, you pop the taunt from the Fredrin, and then you pop the taunt from the Gatotkacha, and then that's it. They're done. They're done and dusted right there. Oh, SOD connecting. Nobody home. No fight being picked up. Conceal comes through as well.
Nuno.
Not gonna do much. Oh.
Low Arrow. Yuzhong defending the bot lane tower. Chip teleported behind them. Let's say go Femboy.
Oh my god, again, Nuno's been the target and penalty zone committed along with Dominic coming through. He's unstoppable. But here the Black Dragon finds his way to the portal as well on towards Logical. Just making sure that they get him and they want to go for the Furious Dive, but Goth Femboy catches them. Here's the Frigid Glacier as well. A lot of chain CC being thrown at them as Czech Republic concede the Lord. They don't want to pick it up just yet, and I think it's a good call.
TC Junk has been too dangerous the entire game. He's been doing a lot of the dirty work of Team Portugal. I mean, getting that Petrify in with a Furious Dive is one thing, right? But getting it perfectly on other enemies. He could have done it as soon as he went down from his Black Dragon form, but that would have been wise, right?
Yeah, I don't think it would have been the best option there.
Further, we can see him falling behind from his 4 levels behind, 3 levels behind actually. Even so, they have map advantage right now, but the chip can turn the tides of the battle around in 1 second.
The chip just has the access of making everyone walk through a lot faster with that shortcut. That could be the difference maker. And I think Portugal, after having one game already in their favor, they don't want to let this game 2 go, right? Because if they let this game 2 go, then you're moving into game 3 with momentum on the side of Czech Republic. And Dominic has not fallen down a single time. 5-0-6 on a carry is really scary.
Even so, the chip is probably going to teleport towards that green camp where Fredron is, towards the Beetle. Hey, maybe doesn't have this passive up. They're trying to get him in a fight.
Oh my god, what a flicker penalty zone, and now they stack it up with the Frigid Glacier as well. He gets himself a double kill as Shin is looking to get taken down. Aphrodite should be able to get that kill, but here comes Goth Femboy with the shortcut drop down. Aphrodite's able to flicker out of harm's way, and nowhere present is Dominic, but the SOD connects. Now they want to go 1v1 with the marksman. Oh no, the shortcut just stopped them from going through. It just didn't work out for them.
Or Aphrodite, oh my god, he had such a good engage on Dominic as well. I think he got him stunned the portal and he teleported into it by mistake, but Logical is trying to get down Madara. Yeah. We're seeing a lot of arrows and a lot of good plays coming from Dominic. There's no one really checking him, right? But still, it could be an even Stevens game, right? It's an even still now. There's not that much of a goal lead. I don't think it matters that much. Fredin has his items, the Yuzhong has his items, the Moscow is beginning to fully get his build, right?
Yeah, and Dominic just got his hands on the Wind of Nature, man. Now I don't know if Aphrodite will be able to kill him, right? Because yes, the Wind of Nature is important, but even if Aphrodite gets the Wind of Nature, the passive from Dominic is just able to melt him through. Although yes, you don't have a lot of HP, that could be a slight bit of a difference maker.
One team fight can change the whole game around. They have only one turret advantage for the side of Portugal. Only one turret broken compared to Czech Republic has, I think, 4 turrets. One inhibitor as well. I mean, that's really bad. They didn't lose their mid, which is a good thing. The bottom is about to fall down at hands of Joy. The Lord is marching down the top lane. Frederick is trying to hold it down. Maybe Dragon at mid turret. Nothing they can do about it. But still, the chip just denying them entry, right?
Is not just denying them entry, just making sure that at any given point, if his teammates are split pushing, then they could just go for a team fight and they could just enter through and just leave one of them stranded out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, the arrow connects, but again, not the right target. And I don't think they're looking to engage, but oh my god, what a penalty zone with the flicker, and now Frigid Glacier popped as well. This might just be the end of the whole thing, because Czech Republic might be taking away game number 2 with a triple kill on the back of Shin on this Terizla. Who said Terizla's not on the meta? Who said Terizla doesn't work? Because ladies and gentlemen, Czech Republic proved us wrong.
Dominic has been playing extremely well. He made 0 mistakes the entire game. The chip just denying entry, forcing fights as many as he could, as many as he wanted as well. What can you say? Map number 2 taken by Czech Republic. We're going to be going into the final, right? Czech has the best of one. Pick your comforts, pick your best, and don't try to think about the game too much. Just play it as you would normally play any other run game, you know? But, Kronos, what do you think is going to be the deciding factor in the last game of the series?
Man, I think the deciding factor for the final game is going to be whoever is going to able to get a better draft in their favor. Because you need to find picks that are a little bit more in tune into the meta for them to win. Because so far, everyone who has picked up a meta hero, like at least in the one that's kind of overpowered, have been winning the game. And look at the second game, they just took the chip and just completely turned it around.
They banned chip in game number 1, and in game number 2 they left it open. Rookie mistake. If you ban a hero, ban it fully. We've seen him. The Baksha couldn't do anything, right? No engages, no proper sets. the Fredrin was not enough to tank the front line. The Baksha was not doing his job well enough for him to be worth a pick. Maybe a pick would have been better there with a Fredrin. Or something that could support him. And Angela would have been really good as well. You know, the support, healing a lot. The Yuzhong as well. Jump on the Moscow now and then. You know, don't think about it, right? But I think that's the bad thing, right? You have to think about all the things that could happen in a game. But these are the highlights. We're gonna see God Fanboy trying to dash on a turret. Tries to dash away, dashes to a turret. Aphrodite still gets slain. A lot of pickoffs, right? That's the draft team pickoff.
Yeah, I think
Dari.
You could see like every single team fight that went down, God Femboy was just present, right? The entire time. He was a slight bit of a difference maker. Whenever he wasn't around, Czech Republic just weren't winning these team fights. And you could see that shortcut just making a big difference, allowing them to play as aggressive as they'd like. And then through comes Shen, just pops that big penalty zone. Dominic is just left to free hit. Nuno just did not have a great game at all.
Yeah, I don't think it was about... I think the teams were equal, but just not checking Dominic enough was the biggest mistake. They couldn't do anything in the fight. The Aurora as well, they couldn't check her. They couldn't get her frigid armor down. It's, you know, it happens. Mistakes do happen, but I don't think I like the Baksha in this draft. Maybe if he was on jungle instead of the Fredrin and he picked something to support the Fredrin in... I mean, the Baksha in the jungle. Or maybe pick the Fredrin and the XP and take another roamer maybe. You know, everything could happen, right? But
anything and everything could have happened.
Fight.
Yeah.
The chip dictated every fight. Nothing you can do about God Femboy. Was marking one person down, you know, getting ready for the Aurora to jump in with her Frigid Glacier, Teresa with a penalty zone. Just nasty plays, right?
Yep, absolutely nasty plays. He couldn't really do much at that point, and it just came down to the fact that the pickoff style of the Selena, although the Selena was doing a lot, just felt like a bit underwhelming just because of the amount of pressure that Chip was able to bring in. Because he was, like you said, like dictating the pace of these team fights.
Yuzhong was doing his job properly. He did a lot of the damage. He did more damage than the marksman and the mid lane. But the Baksha I didn't like, as I said previously. Not that it's a bad pick, but it was not a good pick this game. We know Baksha is good, but there was nothing that would make you want to pick a Baksha. There wasn't support, right? There wasn't anything that was healing a lot. If you consider maybe Carrie healing a lot in the later game with her Demon Hunter sword, I'd agree, yes. But he didn't have an unheal, didn't have nothing to slow down her attack speed. I think it's another mistake as well. The Joy was basically full build, doing a lot of damage, being able to go freely whenever she wants. A Chu! We didn't see a Chu this entire night. We've seen a Caleb, but we didn't see a Chu. Something to lock down the enemies.
Yeah, they needed a way to kind of not just lock down the enemy, create a little bit of separation as well. As you can see, they definitely had gold on their side. After a certain point, Czech Republic just ran away with the game. Like this Baksha, yes, it works, but I think when you pair up the Baksha with the Fredrin, immediately it's just not looking like a great draft, is it? Like, I think that's what we both agree with, right? The Baksha is a good pick, but in this case, to pair it up with a Fredrin against the Chip, I don't know, man. It just didn't feel like they were playing as aggressive enough or as aggressive as we'd like.
There was not enough crowd control for the Fredrin to be useful. The taunt, yes, it's annoying, you know, the knock-up is annoying as well, but there's nothing to pair him up with. If they had the Badang, maybe, you know, that would have helped a lot.
Definitely would have helped a lot, but I think that's why they banned it on the other side as well. So will it change in this final game? Maybe, maybe not. I'm assuming it should, because at the end of the day, it comes down to this final game. It's a BO3, ladies and gentlemen. So winner takes all. The first game we had a 2-0, 2-0 confident slaughter, rather, I would say. But here it is just a 1-1 and game number 3. Hey, what do you got for that one, Dakota?
I'm gonna stick with Team Portugal. I don't know about you, Kronos.
Yeah, I'll probably decide after looking at the draft.
Yeah, right. Pick it now, Kronos. Don't be a wuss.
No, I'm gonna pick it after we get to see the draft. Indeed, I'm not gonna fall for your tricks, Dakota. But ladies and gentlemen, you tell us your predictions in the chat, indeed, because we're gonna be back after a short break. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the World Esports Iesf qualifier for Europe for the game Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Of course, your casters for this one. My name Kronos, alongside me, Zakota, to bring you the action for the final game of the night. We have, of course, Portugal versus Czech Republic, 1 apiece in the BO3, and now down to the final game. Man, hey, Zakota, I think Czech Republic proved us wrong in the second game, didn't they?
I mean, I did say that with the correct draft, any team can win. With the comfort, we've seen the chip, we've seen the aurora. Those are comfort picks, they're not our meta picks. But even so, both teams played equally well, right?
Yeah, I think
mistakes.
In and out, right? Both these teams play equally well, yes, but it just came down to the pressure that Chip built in, right? That was super important from the Chip.
I mean, this is the last game. We're gonna treat it as a best of one, right? Best one takes the cake. So, it's gonna be a bit interesting to see what's going to happen. I mean, just comfort picks. In the last game, always comfort picks. Comfort over anything. But I'm excited to see what they're going to pick. So, soon, we're going to be heading into draft. And I'd like to see maybe... Again, another fighter explainer, not a tank explainer, but we're going to see a ban respect towards the chip. Again, Loi, Matilda getting banned for the third time today.
Yeah, I think it's looking okay for both these teams so far, and the chip definitely respected now. They do not want to deal with it whatsoever. But on the other side, I think looking at the Matilda, the Kimmy, I don't know if the Baxia is gonna go, but I think the Phobias probably.
I think they're going to get rid of the Badang actually. That's a nuisance of a hero. Maybe they're gonna get rid of the Joy for Team Portugal, but I think the Badang is gonna get banned by Team Czech Republic. But Fanny getting banned out. I mean, it's a respect ban. Maybe you're scared about Fanny in pro play, but it's so risky to pick on. We've seen Yenzi pick it today, and he excelled on it, of course, but he's a world-class player. The Kalea getting a respected bounce towards Soka. So, Kronos, what do you think the first pick is going to be?
I don't know, man. The first pick might just be Baxia still coming out from Portugal, since they liked it in their favor. The chip's not open. The Phobias left open. Gato Kacha, Hylos. You have the Joy that's up for grabs. The Hayabusa still open. But I think a little too early for both, so probably stick with something flexible. A Badang is left open. I think that would be a great first pick.
I mean, I agree with you. A Badang can be like Baksha, Gatot Kacha.
That's surprising.
I mean, as I said, a good pick, a flexible pick. You can put it in 2 roles, maybe 3 if you try hard enough, but still. I mean, that leaves Badang on the table, that leaves Joy on the table, that leaves Lucas on the table, Suyu, Hayabusa. What else is good, Mr. Kronos?
Hylos, Jushin, Harith. Jushin Harith is never a bad combo, right? Just so much magic damage. You have a lot of control in these team fights as well. Big ultimates that could be used. I wouldn't shy away from a Harith here.
I agree with you. A lot of slow coming from the Jukshin supporting Zanan's force. No, just Hayabusa getting picked out. Maybe we're going to see Czech Republic take the cake. But still, I want to see a Cho coming in from side of Portugal to shut down the Hayabusa, shut down the potential Harith. Maybe the potential Moscow as well. I mean, it's a great pick, right? It's basically a Kalea on steroids.
Yeah, what, a Cho is a Kalea on steroids?
I think so, man.
No, man. I think Kalea is a Cho on steroids. If you ask me.
I don't know. Cho has much better teamfight capabilities than a Kalea. Kalea, you can purify it more easily. Cho, you can bait it out.
Nah, man. I'm telling you, Kalea is much stronger. You get the extra bit of inbuilt heal. Like, why would you not want that? But hey, we're not gonna see it anyway, so let's forget it. The Granger is left up, so they pick up the Granger. that leaves open the Herod that's going to be picked up on the other side so it doesn't get banned out. I love the Farsa coming through, but then again, a lot of kill pressure already coming from Logical from Czech Republic on that Hayabusa.
We've seen Barca in game number 2 of Turkey versus Belarus, so we know how dangerous it can be, how much vision and area control she can provide. Combined with the Ranger and the Kotkas, you know, that's a proper team, right? That's a proper composition so far. As well for Team Czech Republic, I mean, it's a well-built team, you know, you have something to slow down, something to have for the backline, for the Farsa, for the Granger, and something to escape from the Kotkacha stun. So it's, you know, it's a good pick either way.
Hylos, right? Just run it down. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, the Hylos is just great here. Can't let that go. And I think here, ban out the Badang, just because you want to let Hayabusa have a better time. But also, you need another EXP. Yeah, I think Badang or Joy, although I wouldn't be too worried about the Joy at this point.
I think Team Portugal is going for, let's say, a Suyu. It would be really great here, right? Something to immune the Hayabusa ult with something to stun down that Jukshin, something to front line for the Hylos. So I think they're going to go Fredrin ban. I mean, that's a respect ban maybe for Nuno.
Yeah, I think he played the Fredrin so well, even under a lot of pressure, right? So, although I wouldn't ban out Fredrin if you have a Jushin in your team, it just still goes to show they respect Nuno's prowess on this Fredrin, how well he played in game number 2. Banning that out over here, I think you just got to take out a Harith or an Irithel even. Irithel is just really good here. Or Moskov, so that, yeah, just because of the fact that they might go for an assassin on the other side with the Joy. And Badang's got to go, right? Like I don't see a world where Badang's not banned out here.
I'd like to see here for Team Portugal Barats. Barats for the Hayabusa. Barats would work on XP, on XP.
Nah, man. Nah, you're dreaming.
Come on,
Zakota,
I'm not
dreaming.
Reaching.
You're dreaming.
They're gonna pick it. Watch it, man. They're gonna pick it.
You're dreaming. You're dreaming. It's not gonna be a Barrett. I think here, looking to ban out another goal laner, maybe a Harith is a great ban. Abadang's a great ban, just because of the fact that Abadang could get picked up on Czech Republic. Oh, they take out the carry. That means I feel like that we're gonna see a Baxia come out on the other side. They're gonna go a lot more tanky. Seems like,
or maybe a Lucas.
No, not without a support. Not without a support. Suyo is a great shout. I agree. Suyo is a great shout here. Suyo is a great jungler in this current meta. My Harith goes in.
There goes your Harith.
Told you.
Come on, Kronos. Long live the Barats dream. We're gonna see a Barats one of these days. CC again.
CC, yeah.
CC is really good into Hayabusa.
It's good against the Hylos as well. And whoever it goes up against. I mean, the Badang, yes, it's good against the Badang as well. So, what could be the Joy?
Barats. I don't think it's...
Baxia,
no,
man.
They need something.
Just get that Baxia, man. Just get that Baxia. I'm telling you, it's got to be a Baxia.
Or Lucas. Or Lucas. Maybe a Martis.
No, not a Martis. I could see a Lucas, but I think a Baxia here would just do so much well. But you have the anti-heal. You can just... Oh,
Julian.
God. What's
my
going
favorite
on?
top hero. You have an immunity, you have something to get away from the Hayabusa, you have something to escape the Jukshin and the Hylos as well. So I mean, it's a great pick. You have a CC, you have a knockup, you have something to counter the shadows. But I wouldn't have picked it here. Yeah, I already have too much magic.
No, I think they balance out the physical with the CC being in the EXP lane as well. I'm just thinking they don't have enough frontliners.
I mean, Gacha can work. CC as a secondary, not that much, because she doesn't have a proper stun, right? Where the Hylos, probably they're gonna go for the Badang. I would go for the Badang. There is again.
Why fix what's not broken, right? Why fix what's not broken with this Terizla being picked up in the EXP lane? He's gonna do those flicker penalty zones again, man. I'm telling you, Europe's got a thing for Terizlas. Not just this, we've seen it work in the qualifiers for different countries as well. The way that they've been playing this Terizla, we might just have we just have a game on our hands, Dakota. We just have a game on our hands.
No, I agree with you. But what about a Khalid instead of a CC here?
Yeah, I think that would have been better as well. That could have worked as well, just because you get early pressure, more control on the map with the Farsa. I think we put the Khalid in the roam position, put the Gato Kacha in the EXP. That is.
Yeah, Khalid for the roam rotate for the roam and for the invade potential. You have a Julian as well, so that could have worked a bit better, no?
Yeah, I think that definitely would have worked better. So you give a lot more space for the Julian to breathe. You poke them down a little more than they can. And but hey, speaking of than they can, will or don't, we don't know about that, ladies and gentlemen. As we will find out, we get into the land of Dawn for the final game of the night between Portugal and Czech Republic.
We're going to see Kurapika versus Kakashi first, being in the late afternoon. I mean, it's an even trade so far. It's an even map. The best thing they can do is freeze the gold lane. I mean, the Julian is already heading on his way over there. He has a level 3 power spike, so he's gonna be fine. But even so, I don't like the emblem Julian has. I don't like the little ignition.
He's looking to play it as a burst hero, man. He's just looking to play it as a burst hero, not looking to go for that attack speed build or that sustained build that we like to see come out with the Feather of Heaven. And it's a different style. I've played it before, but it's the kind of style that you want to play before that buff they got to the attack speed or to the Rose Gold Meteor, and finding a way to play the Julian after that. So a little bit of a throwback today to those to that style. But again, is it going to be Kurapika or is it going to be Kakashi? What do you think, Zakota? I mean, I feel like Kurapika got a better chance, right?
I think Kakashi's got a cake over here.
No way. Come on, bro. I mean, think about it. Kurapika has the chain jail. He has, the chain that comes out from the heart and stuff. I forgot what it's called. But I feel...
Yeah.
I think Kakashi, definitely the copy ninja, might take the cake as well. But I wouldn't count out... I mean, I wouldn't count out Kurapika, bro. The rage, bro. It's the rage is from the eyes.
Yes, but however, talking about the eyes, Kamui. Anyway, we're seeing the Hayabusa's going to take his level 5 from the red buff. Will he have enough time to go for the turtle?
Oh, wait. Taking out God Femboy quite low. Revitalize already popped. They focus their attention into the turtle. You can see Kohi zoning them out. That should be first blood. No, God Femboy still survives thanks to the regen. No first blood yet. But Portugal get their hands on the turtle.
Goth Femboy went deep but pulled out quickly enough, so he survived with the use of that Revitalize. I mean, Manu got positioning coming from Soka, giving vision of the blue buff. Wushi just going to punish them as soon as he teleports that buff. Let's see, they know they're there.
Oh no, my god, that's a Hylos, man. That's a Hylos. He's got melted down first blood in the hands of Aphrodite. And I think that is where you want the gold. That's where you want the kills to be on the Granger, especially after he picks up that Sky Piercer.
Yeah, really good position coming from the Gacha and the Farsa, holding the triple bush and the Lord bush. Man, just a lot of damage. Again, same position, 2 people in triple bush, waiting for the Hylos. Another pick of Dawn.
Yeah, on towards God Femboy. He's not having a good game, is he? They're just focusing him down, knowing that he has to check the bushes. And now on the top side, they're looking for the trade. Taking out Kohi.
I think they can fully push that top lane turret and that bot lane turret. So it's gonna be, again, an even trade, but still. Kohi and Nuno got the kills. And on top lane, Shin got a kill, not logical.
Yeah, and I think it's not looking good if you're a fan of Portugal, because they're slowly moving like a unit. The rest of Czech Republic, yes, you traded the kills, and I think at this point you really need Aphrodite to get that Sky Piercer as fast as possible in his power spike.
I'd say he needs to get a Sea Halberd a bit earlier for use the shields of Arif. So and the Hylos with the Revitalize. I think the Sea Halberd first time will be better, considering how much damage you do with the targets that have more HP than you, which is gonna be 3. So, it's a win-win item.
It is a win-win item. You're not wrong with that one. But But I feel like the Sky Piercer just adds to the capability of the Ranger, right? And if he gets a couple of kills, then it could be a different story. Oh, wait, they get it, but at the same time, he goes for the penalty zone with the flicker. Shin is able to create and dictate the pace of the fight as they lose down Nuno, as well as Fushi, and now looking to take down a lot more. Kohi as well as Afridi will have to run back as they sacrifice Soka. They don't lose one in the process, and Czech Republic bounce back.
They lost the war, but they won the fight. This is a really nice use of the penalty zone. I don't know if you saw that, but just zoned them out. He didn't catch them, he just zoned them. In the bot lane, we're going to see Hayabusa taking down the tier 3 turret. In the top lane, we're seeing Harris rotate to get that free gold from the minions. This is really good. Hayabusa's farming a lot. He's moving as best as he could. I mean, that's the best, but you cannot contest him, right? You have the Hylos, you have the Gargacha, you have the CC. They have too much zoning potential. But even so, God Femboy is opening up the map. Nuno is there. Oof. Perfect minute. Oh, he falls down.
Oh my god. It's not looking good for their side, man. It's not looking good at all. And 5-2 the kill score. Czech Republic have the advantage, and they run it down the glorious pathway. Got Femboy, and you can see the quad shadow from Logical goes through as well. He wants to go for the Ogi shadow kill. Shin's gonna be the target. Nice feather airstrike from Fushi as they take down Soka still. And even after the enhanced chain being used, there's not enough damage. Oh, he's able to immune it, but walks into straight an Ogi shadow kill. Logical still makes it out, and so does Nuno.
I mean, Terizla being able to draw that on basically 1 HP was the game-changing fight. They used too many resources to try to kill him, but then they didn't succeed. And I mean, look at Dominic. He's been dominating the entire matchup, this entire night, basically. The first game he got a beat, you know, Core maybe it wasn't his peak. He had to play versus Beatrix. I mean, a lot of zoning, a lot of playability from Beatrix, a lot of vision coming from the Romer as well, but Golf Femboy looking to punish on the bot lane. Conceal coming in from Soka trying to run away.
Oh, but he didn't get the conceal on towards Afridi, and right now you can see he has to pay the price. He flickers and he makes it out though, and that's the sacrifice going to be, but he gets a nice AOG down and out over there with the enhanced sword coming through as well, and finally they get got Femboy, and that's one Sky Piercer stack in the hands of Afridi, as he was the one that they were looking to make a sandwich out of, but he was able to make it out alive.
It was a 1 for Turtles. Ooh. 1 for 1 and a turtle slain. I mean, they lose a second tier inhibitor. Still, I don't think this was orphaned for Team Portugal. I think Team Czech Republic won more here. I mean, come on. A turtle, a kill, and a turret compare no turtle on the blue side.
No, on the blue side they got 2 turtles, no? They definitely did. So Portugal, yes, but yeah, they don't have the goal lead in their favor though.
Level advantage going to Logical and the gold advantage. So, you know, it's a really bad trade-off on the bot lane. Aphrodite, yes, he indeed got a kill, but is that worth it, really?
Not looking
good,
man.
So dangerous.
Not looking good for Portugal fans out there. And I know we wanna go Sue with it, but unable to so far. Oh wait, Kohi comes through, and Ogi shadow kill already used. Nice AOG catches 3, and this is the clapback that they're looking for. He gets himself a kill, but the penalty zone was just too good after dropping out the bond force, and now Buya goes in with the Crimson Beacon as well, but he gets the shutdown after he finds 2, and now they find a 3rd, only sacrificing Kohi. He's looking for the 4th. Give it to him already. And Afridi finally online. He's not been taken down a single time. You can see the damage is starting to rack up, and Czech Republic need to start respecting this Granger.
Good taunt coming in from the Gacha Logical on 1 HP. That was an insane set by Shin. Still not enough to shut down the Granger. He just walked away. He didn't even use his flicker. Man, Hayabusa just has to get a good shadow on the Granger, shut him down. He doesn't have a window of nutrition, nothing to escape him. Just a flicker, but you have to time that perfectly. Talking about flickers.
Oh wait, Ogi shadow kill, he flickered out and he didn't get that kill. That's a little unlucky if you ask me, if you're logical, but hey, that Portugal will take all the luck that they can get.
I mean, hey, they have 1 goals, why can't they have to Aphrodite and Ronaldo? Come on now.
They got both on their side. I'm telling you, man, with the way that it's working, I want to see a Su come out from Portugal at this point, but the knockup from the Lord from Madara there, and you can see the glorious path is slowing them down as well. Logical goes on towards the Lord, but a nice penalty zone falling through from Shin as well. But look at the positioning of Fushi. He's able to get with feathered airstrike on point, and now they lose a lot in the process. They lose 4, and that's a shutdown on towards Aphrodite. 3 kills in his pocket as Kohi finds the fort. And now they're looking to run it down mid lane after getting themselves the Lord. Yes, the Holy Shield's present, but they might just be able to get an inhibitor or 2.
I think they can get the mid inhibitor as well if they can catch it times before the minions, you know? I mean, it's a risky plan, but it might work. He has to go in, he has to hold for the tank.
Yeah, they might get the inhibitor. Oh no, they get the inhibitor. The Lord is coming on the top side for Czech Republic, but the price they paid, Portugal just cleaned the path towards the base crystal of Czech Republic from the mid lane.
Still, Czech Republic has the Lord marching down on the top lane. On the bot lane, there's a bit of a minion crisis going on. Mid lane also, they have enhanced minion coming from Team Portugal's base, so it's a 50-50. There is less waiting for a set, waiting for someone to show themselves. Got Fembo as well with the glorious pathway trying to get it down. And also, Aphrodite trying to get some vision marked down on the enemies.
Oh, feathered airstrike, logical using the Ogi shadow kill. Glorious pathway is used against Shin with a beautiful penalty zone, but he gets melted down as no one's able to catch Aphrodite. He gets the kill, and now we're looking for more, and they sacrifice Soka. Yes, they turned their attention to the Lord. Logical comes through with the quad shadow. No Ogi shadow kill, so he's not going to be able to get one for himself as he uses the enhanced sword to get out, as they're looking to defend the inhibitors and also the tier 2 in the mid lane.
This is a pretty even trade. They're about to lose that top lane turret. If Hayabusa gets a good shadow on Aphrodite, I think that's still not enough to catch him. Still didn't use his flicker. He's holding it for an exact moment.
Oh no, man, the Ogi shadow kill connects, and you can see nobody able to fall. The Holy Shield just gets popped in the mid lane, but it's already close to 12 minutes. So Portugal have defended, and Zakota now with that base crystal left wide open from the mid lane, Portugal look like they're in a better spot.
I mean, it's an even game at the moment. Everything is equal, right? Goal is equal, kills are basically equal, team members alive is equal. So one team fight can change the entire game. They're trying to maybe look for a pick-off on the bottom. Look at the Hayabusa, they don't know he's there. Maybe he's trying to...
Oh, quad shadow. Ogi shadow kill comes in as well. Aphrodite might be able to survive. He does. Flickers out of harm's way. Logical's taken out low. That's another connects as well. And they finally find a legendary as now on the top side. They're looking to counter. They're looking to mirror that play. But Nuno is preventing that from happening. Law and Order comes through as well. He dropped down his Zaman Force trying to clear out the Lord. Or rather trying to clear out the inhibitor on the top side. But Dominic gets it. And now Portugal looking for forcing out a maneuver from Czech Republic as they do use the glorious pathway just before the Lord. So that is good news for Portugal. They're not going to be able to engage on towards them.
I think Hayabusa is going to be able to get up towards the Lord if they just try to zone Nuno out a bit, maybe try to go for a play on Aphrodite. No, he doesn't have that flicker ready.
Oh my god, that damage, man. He's just able to do so much. Give him the triple already. He has a Rhapsody. He wants everyone to listen to his song. The feather airstrike comes through. Logical is there. He's looking to get that big shutdown, but guess what? He doesn't have enough damage. He catches only Soka, but that's a Gatot Kacha who's supposed to be super tanky. Aphrodite's there. He gets the Maniac. Does he win? Her crown comes through, but he gets taken out anyway. The mid lane again left wide open. The Lord is marching down. Beauty is the only one left standing. Portugal, after a back and forth match, it looked like it was going ping pong, but guess what? Portugal stand tall as they get this game and take the victory in this best of 3.
Victory!
That was a really good casting. I couldn't have done it better myself. No other words I would have said different from yours, but even so, Aphrodite, he didn't get punished one time. He was playing extremely well. He was the punisher in that situation. This was a really good game. But Kronos, what do you think of both teams? What do you think of them? How do you think they played? Do you think they played well? Do you think they were equal on terms of, let's say, game knowledge or micros or macros?
Man, yes and no. I think Czech Republic were relying so much on the penalty zone, right? They're relying so much on the penalty zone to make it work. And yes, it did. But yes, you can say a lot about Aphrodite with the positioning and all that. But hey, you got to look at Fushi, man. That guy was completely separated from the fight, and with the feather airstrike on point, chef's kiss to that. And I can tell, like, the positioning, the macro play, with in terms of going for the turrets, yes, kind of even, but I think Portugal just take it away by a slight bit of an edge.
I mean, hey, there's like can take as many penalties as you want against people from Portugal, but still, it's not enough. You know, you have the you have the Portuguese shooters over here, so you know it's nothing you can do. They don't have anything to lock them down. That's my biggest issue right now with the Terizla and the usual. Nothing to lock down a certain hero. That's why we're seeing so many popular heroes like Jawhead, Alea, and Cho getting picked out in other regions of pro play for this game, because you know it's a secure kill, right? You're 100% sure that maybe you're gonna get one. You have a solo ultimate, you have someone to target, and that's why, you know, you see Granger running around. I was thinking, hey, maybe, you know, they don't have a much push with a Granger on team, you know, it's gonna be a sweep for Czechoslovakia, but still, I don't think it was enough for either of the teams to, you know, consider Granger a threat. The Irrital was still left open, but they went for Arif.
Man, it just didn't look like it just didn't look good for them, because it was in the late game, at least, right? In the mid to late game, it didn't look good for them. It was back and forth the entire time, and with Portugal, I wouldn't say it's a dominant victory. It was definitely close, but Aphrodite just was looking unstoppable. This guy needs to be stopped if ever any team are going against Portugal.
In the second he got his Sky Piercer, he was getting a lot of stacks all the time, you know. For me, it's like a curse. Whenever I buy Sky Piercer, I never get any kills, but for him, it's completely the opposite. Maybe he's taking my luck. But even so, the Hayabusa, I don't think there was a need for him to go Warak so early. Maybe he went BOD to try to shut down the far side instead of the Granger. Could have made maybe different decisions in his build. Maybe a Sea Halberd now and there to, you know, get a bit more help towards those tankier enemies. But either we can like fantasize about what could have happened, but we know what happened. Portugal showed us how strong they were against Czech Republic. But look, as we said, the game looks completely even, right? Gold-wise. I mean,
Man,
everything is perfect. But just the tower damage is a bit more, you know, they ended. The lore and the turtles basically even. One more turtle coming from Team Portugal. But the gold obtained from minions is exactly the same.
it is exactly the same. Just because of the fact that both these teams played a really great game. It just came down towards execution in terms of how Fushi was able to distance himself from the team fight, because you can see it 1-1 and 12, as well as Aphrodite was 12-0 and 4 or 3, if I'm not wrong. So the two damage dealers from the side of Portugal were completely left untouched, and that was just a big difference maker, because everybody else from the side of Czech Republic were looking to dive in. You had the Jushin who had to dive in of the Beacon, you had the Terizla that has to dive in, the Hayabusa that has to dive in, Harith also has to dive in, so, and of course the Hylos as well. So they have a full dive composition coming in from Czech Republic, but Portugal understood the assignment, stayed back, like, hey, you can dive in as much as you want, we got the high ground, and they had enough frontliners to protect their backline as well, and then it was just a bombardment completely from the Feather Airstrike and the Death Sonata.
You can tell they just didn't want to touch objects for some reason from Team Czech. They just let them take objects for free, and I think that's a big mistake for any jungler or any team captain to make that call. If you're really far behind, you have to give the objective, but if you're even, it's starting out, you know, it's a turtle fight. You get the retribution, good, it's for your team. You miss it, it's okay, you can go back. You have a Oogie Shadow kill, you just use it on a turtle, you get at the object and you go. That's it, nothing special. But never contesting or challenging any objectives is a really bad way to lose your momentum. Those are snowball effect. We've seen the Hayabusa getting a couple kills, getting that level up ahead of the Julian, but still not enough for him to make a big difference in the game.
Yeah, but I think the Julian definitely wasn't a big difference maker. Although, yes, the Hayabusa, I mean, the Julian kind of countered the Hayabusa to your point as well, but I just feel like underwhelming performance a little bit from Julian, right? If you ask me, it felt like Aphrodite was doing all the work. He was working overtime, man. He was already way past the the minimum hour count. He was past 30 whatever contract. Yeah, 30 hours, 32, 35, 40 hours. He was way past that at that point with the way that he was playing.
Yeah, let's hope he gets paid for that overtime he was doing. It was such an intense game.
He did.
Like deciding where it's a 50-50, it's a split decision. Best ones wins the game. Best of one at the end of the day. Come on now, you have to give props to both of the teams. They played extremely well. I mean, they shattered my expectations. And about you?
I'm telling you, bro, he got paid for it. He got the victory. So I don't see what he got to complain about. And talking about how games were hitting expectations, I think that definitely was a treat. And that definitely shows what Europe has to offer in terms of Mobile Legends Bang Bang. And that's just the teaser, folks. It's only day number 1. We got a lot more to come. And also, that is only the start, because we have a lot more countries. Only 2 games we've shown you, and tomorrow we're gonna have some fan favorites come through as well.
A lot more teams, a lot of fan favorite teams. France, Team Spain, Team Austria. I think it's a bit popular.
Yeah.
What about what other teams are there that are really popular?
I think apart from that, I'm a little not popular, but intriguing. I want to see Ireland and Wales play. That's gonna be exciting.
Ooh,
right?
My own country's team Romania, man. I have to have my boys up. I have to support them.
Of course.
Also, Team Hungary, I like supporting. Some of my friends are there, so it's a nice way to see people who are talented trying to show their craft, basically their potential in these incredibly nice tournaments, right? Each country representative gets a chance, gets a shot, the best, take the crown, and move on, right? No grudges left behind.
I agree. And also, maybe I want to take a look at Slovakia as well, with the new investment that's come through. A lot of tournaments going on in Slovakia region. So that could be a slight bit of a change. Yeah, Slovakia is playing as well. So that could be a little different. And then, of course, you have Italy. I'm surprised I don't see Davide over there. Of course, a big player, a well-known player from Italy. Just surprised that he's not in the lineup. But hey, I think those are some good squads that we want to see come through. Georgia is a squad that's always been a staple so far in the Iesf. Haven't been able to make it all the way, but these are names that we've seen before. And I think same thing with Croatia. You have Valentino over there, another household name that we've heard of and that we've cast games and seen games from before. So these could be nice teams. These could be some good shouts, some good dark horses that come through. But of course, you have your giants, the Turkeys, the Spains, the France. These are the giants of Mlbb in Europe, and I think they're looking to keep it that way.
Let's say, man, the best takes the crown, the winner takes it all. There's gonna be 2 teams advancing to the ISCF finals.
Yeah,
I think Kronos, this has been a long night for the both of us, right? For the players as well. And I think it's a good time for us to call it a day, right?
Hey man, for looking at where you are, it looks like it's probably night. But hey, you're right, Zakota. As ladies and gentlemen, that will be all for tonight's or today's stream with the World Esports IESF Europe Regional Qualifiers. And it's only day 1. Like we said, we're gonna come back tomorrow, and you're gonna catch us 2 on the desk again. It's myself, Kronos, and Zakota that'll be saying goodbye. But before that, gotta make sure you follow our socials at the same time. G_Kronos for me, Zakota Mlbb for Zakota over there. And even if you don't follow Zakota, it's okay. Just follow me. You should be good.
Don't follow this guy. Don't listen to him. Don't follow me. I'm the better player in this conversation, so it's fun. If you want to see good gameplay, watch me, not him. You have to see him one now and then. It's something to be witnessed.
But hey, all jokes aside, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow our socials as well. Your support is absolutely amazing if you do. And on that note, hey, we'll call it a day. Kronos and Zakota, we're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow.